Hi, Rock and Roll Daycare. It's Barb. It's Tuesday, which means it's our Tuesday training tools. Yay! Hope everyone's having a great start to your week. We are officially into March now, which means we are done with our monthly theme of prepared environment in the classroom. We had many weeks to go over a lot of different topics regarding that theme, and now we're moving into March. So for March, as you may know, we are focusing on the development of the child. And this is a big one. I mean, all of it's big, don't get me wrong. But understanding the child and the child's development really, really helps us to allow us to understand why we do the things we do in our classroom. Why do we set up the environment this way? Why do we have the expectations that teachers are talking to children this way? So I really hope in this month, some of the last Tuesday training tools will really start to come full circle when you learn more about the brain and how it's developed, and how the child goes through certain periods of development. So really looking forward to this month, and I hope you get a lot out of it. So we're gonna get started. I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen like I always do. Get this presentation up. Perfect, here we are. So development of the child, March 2020, woohoo! All right, our weekly focus. So this is gonna be an introduction to cognitive development, okay? And it's gonna be, there's gonna be another video that you're gonna find on the portal. And essentially what I want you to take away from all these facts, which it was not gonna be too many because I wanted to condense it, is that your work as an early educator is important. It is extremely important. It is probably the most important job that there is right now, because of all the development that happens so early in life. So I really, really want you to be reflecting on this, that what you're doing every single day, maybe not everyone sees it, maybe not every parent sees it, or every administrator, every co-teacher, but what you're doing, those interactions that you have with those children in your classroom is extremely, extremely valuable work. So I would just like to take a moment to say thank you to all the work that you do. It's not always easy. I've been in the classroom, I know what that's like. I know what those hard days feel like. But I hope that that is balanced with the good moments you have with your children and all the successes that you see within their development as they are in your learning environments and as they move up through it, within our centers. So big, big thank you to all of you. You're all amazing. You all inspire me. And I just have to give a little round of applause to you all before we move on. So your work is important, and we're gonna talk a little bit about cognitive development today. So cognitive development, we're just gonna go over a couple facts. So the time between birth and 3 is the most crucial time in an individual's brain development. The most neurological growth takes place during this time. I mean, that's amazing to me. I mean, honestly, like I wish every daycare early childhood center was as quality as ours is, quite frankly, just because this is so important. And I don't think people understand that. There's this big emphasis on later years and, high school and college and all that, but wow, we're constructing their brains, and that happens the most the first 3 years of life. Crazy, right? So babies are born with most of their neurons. So they're in there, okay? So when they're born, they're in there, but there's not many connections. Those connections begin to develop. As they begin to develop, those connections begin to form, so there are neurons, but they're not connected. They're in the brain, and they start to form as the child develops. The experience cultivated by parents and primary caregivers of young children during this period have a long-lasting impact on a child's brain and overall health, okay? I want you to take a moment and just read that slide again to yourself. So what you're doing every day with these children has a long-lasting impact on the child's brain and overall health, because this is when the neurons are firing and the brain is being formed, like I said. So big deal, big, big deal. Brain nerve cells formed before birth are like wires to be connected, with each connection signifying neurological development, okay? So these connections occur each time a child experiences sensory stimulation, such as being held, touched, read to, played with. So more than anything, babies and young children need emotional stimulation. There are no fancy toys needed. So let's go back, let's rewind to prepared environment. We talk about the importance of a simple environment, and that our toys or materials or works, there's no batteries in them, so we don't have to entertain our children, because that's really not valuable to their brain. It's fine to have some. Everything's about balance. I mean, we all enjoy our cake every once in a while, our junk food, but if we only lived off of junk food and cake, we're not going to feel well. And that's the same with our brains. We just need that real life stimulation that's coming from another adult or another caretaker, another child in the environment. There's nothing that can substitute that. One time when I was a toddler teacher, I had a long-term sub in my class. And there was a phase in my class that I was spending a lot of time on the reading rug, reading to children during the work morning. And I was the lead teacher. And I was just, I was feeling that this is where I needed to be. And the long-term sub, who was not in my class for a long time and didn't have much training, started one of the mornings and said, "Oh, are you just going to be on the rug again, reading to the children?" As if that was not, as if I was just plopping myself down. And I had to explain to her that, this is what the children need. This is what our young toddlers need. And this is their work. This is very, very important work to them. So if it is just reading to them on the rug, if that's what it looks like, then I have to assure you that it's the most important work we can be doing with our children. So just remember that in your work mornings too, that it's not always about getting the next lesson out or directing them to this. Just kind of being present with the young children is extremely, extremely valuable, and really what they need more than ever in this fast-paced world. So understanding how the brain works helps us to best understand the rest of a young child's development. I'm having trouble reading my own slides. I don't know why. But anyway, so as we go into March, we're going to really, we're going to break down the brain a little more. We're going to talk about the different parts of the brain. We're going to go back to executive functioning, which some of you may remember from my previous trainings. Why is it important about what we're doing in our classroom, in relation to brain development. So I really hope by the end of March you just have a better understanding of how the brain works, so then you can best understand the children in your classroom and how to help guide them. Well, that's it. I told you it was going to be short. So yeah, there you have it. A couple fun facts or important facts about brain development and child development. There's going to be many more to come, but I just wanted to start there as we ease into March. And like I said, no matter what, this whole week, I want you to be reflecting about how important your work is, and that we can never, ever substitute any learning with a child between another adult or that interaction that you're having with them. So thank you again for all your valuable work and all your hard work. If you have any questions, know that we're here. And yes, as always, happy learning. I'll be seeing you.